Thank you for joining me. My name is Callie Steussy. I'm the museum manager at the Heart Mountain Interpretive Center. Welcome to the Heart Mountain Honor Roll. The draft was instituted at Heart Mountain in January of 1944. In July of 1944, the camp newspaper, the Heart Mountain Sentinel, announced that the USO was sponsoring a roll call board that would be located in front of the administration building. The roll call board would have about 450 names on it. 385 of those names were of Japanese Americans. The remaining names were from various people who were originally within the administration of the camp who had also been called by the draft to serve in the Army. The honor roll was originally intended to be landscaped. The original plans had shrubberies on either side of it, and they had plans for flowers and perhaps a walking area. However, after the camp closed, the honor roll wasn't really maintained for a long time. Eventually, in 1977, the Homesteaders Association, largely led by Mary Blackburn, decided that they were going to clean up the honor roll area. So they cleaned up some of the graffiti that had accumulated and also added a few decorative materials, particularly the stones that you see surrounding the memorial. However, even that renovation had some limits to it. And by the 1990s, there was a bit of a problem with the honor roll. You see, after about 50 years out in the open, the white surface over the wood that you see here had become very broken, and even the parts that remained, the names had faded off of them. So the honor roll was basically illegible by that point. So in 1996, when the Heart Mountain Wyoming Foundation was founded, one of the very first things that they set out to do was to restore the honor roll. First of all, they took down that original roll call panel and put it away into storage so that it wouldn't degrade any further in the weather. After that, the Heart Mountain Wyoming Foundation did its best to recreate, as precisely as possible, the original roll call. So the honor roll you see here really does look almost exactly the way it originally did, except that there was one small problem. No one had ever made a complete list of all of the names that were on the honor roll. The Heart Mountain Wyoming Foundation did its best. Its board members went through the old newspaper announcements that would often list the names of young men who were setting out to serve in the Army. And they also went back, they looked through veterans records, they used their social networks, they did their best to recreate that list. But to this day, we still know that there are a couple of names missing from this list. And that's part of why on this restored honor roll, this panel here is almost completely blank. We're still looking for those last missing names. And in fact, if you've ever visited our website, in the section of our website dedicated to the honor roll, we include a list of the names, and we also include a list of reasons why we might not have been able to retrieve the names. Perhaps somebody had already left Heart Mountain before they got their draft notice, for example. So we're hoping that we will eventually be able to restore all of the names onto this honor roll. In addition to the honor roll itself, this area has become a bit of a memorial space. Over the years, after the Heart Mountain Wyoming Foundation was established and began its work on cleaning up this honor roll and also started the initial plans for the interpretive center. Over the years, this space started accumulating various memorial markers to Senator Daniel K. Inouye, which was raised after his death in 2012. In addition, we have one dedicated to Congressman Norman Mineta. And in 2006, when the National Park Service recognized this as a National Historic Site, they raised a plaque and put it here at the honor roll. When the Heart Mountain Interpretive Center opened, we also put in an interpretive trail on the other side of the memorial. That is the Setsuko Saito Higuchi trail, and it circles around the space behind the memorial where the administrative center used to be. In addition, this area behind me was an area for where the administrators lived. There were some barracks that were set aside as housing for them. And as a final touch of scale, if you have ever seen those iconic pictures of Heart Mountain with the mountain in the background and the rows and rows of barracks in front of it, this field behind me is where those pictures were taken. That is where the residential area of the camp was. So thank you for joining me for this little tour of the honor roll and memorial. Thank you again for also all of your support recently. And I encourage you to check out our website and view some more of our online content. Thank you very much.